Hi all, welcome to another round of Redski's Righteous Readings. I am of course Redsky and thank you for joining me. We are doing the monthlies for October, all signs hitting as many marks as we can moving through. So for rising moon and sun signs, we've done a few already and we are now currently up to Aquarius. So Aquarius, rising moon and sun signs, this is your October monthly reading. So we'll start off with your tarot. We are using the Master Tarot deck from Astrology Answers, and we will clarify the shit out of it if need be. We will then go on to oracles, so that will be the dream card, so that's inspiring messages as well as angel messages, animal spirit messages, romance, angels, as well as I have dug out my runes. So at the end there will be also a rune picked to give you guidance throughout the month of October. So without further ado, let's get some good energy up in here, Aquarius, and let's get your October monthly reading. So I hope you're all doing well. Also, in light of Halloween, have a balls ball on Redsky, my darling. Just a little bit of Redsky humour coming through there, I think. It is Halloween after all, my favourite holiday, So what's coming in for Aquarius, please? Divine spirits and guides for the month of October. What messages, guidance can you please relay to those under the sign of Aquarius, rising moon and sun? Okay, so we've had a few drop. So we've had strength in the reverse, sign of Leo, the lovers in the upright, sign of Gemini, and the Six of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so a bit of a mixed bag. So strength reverse, as I said, sign of Leo, is very much about weakness, pettiness, some impotence, possibly sickness, a lack of faith, abuse of power, succumbing to temptation and indifference. So I'm seeing as we come out of September and move into October energy, we are feeling very much there has been abuse of power or succumbing to temptation here. There's been an indifference of mind, body and spirit kind of feeling. Feeling a bit disjointed, Aquarius, feeling like you've been pulled into something perhaps, or made decisions upon that you wouldn't normally. Sort of, there's a feeling of, you know, very out of characteristic, out of character for you, making lofty kind of decisions that you normally wouldn't. Now the lovers, that's a sign of Gemini, and that is very much speaking about well, love in all honesty, as well as the coming together. So when we're talking about the lovers, we really are talking about beauty, perfection, harmony, trust, beginning of a romance, deep feelings, like having optimism, freedom of emotion, the necessity of testing or of subjecting to trial, a struggle between sacred and profane love, and a meaningful affair. So I'm seeing here someone's going to come in and sort of swift you off your feet, which is going to give you a real feeling of harmony again and trust, which is something that you may have come into October not really feeling. Third card is Six of Pentacles reverse. That's the one I was looking for. So this is selfishness, envy, jealousy, can be bad debt or unpaid loans. So I'm seeing here that you are worrying about monetary or things that you have taken out, or there's a real undercurrent of just jealousy and envy towards the situation. You're really feeling like you've been done a bad hand kind of feeling as if things are just not coming together in the way that they should have. Feeling as if, you know, some momentary bad decisions or momentary lapse of judgment is now costing you quite dearly through as you move into October. So maybe some overindulgence or overspending, bad decision making or over gluttonizing in September is now sort of coming through October, and your financial balance is now suffering because of that. Then we move into your fourth card over here, King of Swords energy, and he's in his upright. So when we talk about the King of Swords, he's a very strong power within himself. He really stands for an active and determined person who's very experienced and has a real authoritativeness about him. He's controlled, commanding, and is a professional individual. Highly analytical person, and I cannot stress that enough, very highly analytical. And he really stands for justness, force, superiority, a person having many ideas, thoughts and designs. So a real creative sort in the way of thought process. This individual is very much ideas, thoughts, idealisms, and puts them into practice quite frequently. but they are extremely controlled and authoritative in nature and command a lot of attention through that. Two of Pentacles. So I'm seeing here balance is required, and a lot of it, because it's seeming like things are quite unbalanced for you through October. So the Two of Pentacles is reminding you that with light there's shadow, and with everything that goes up must come down. And to find a more mediocrity balance between the two, because this could be difficulty launching new products, difficulty in solutions and new troubles, and or embarrassment and a lack of balance, and being able to find liberty within the situation, feeling like when one arm comes up the other one comes down. So there's just a real imbalance and lack of flow, or things are going up and down at a really fast rate and pace that you're really struggling to kind of keep up with it. Eight of Cups reversed. So Eight of Cups is sort of saying when it's reversed that you are not going to walk away from it, that you are sort of evaluating the effort continued until full success is attained, festivity, gaiety. So you've put a lot of stock in something, and you've come to a point where it's like, I'm not giving up on this. I am going to push through this and push it through until I do get achievement, regardless of what it costs you. So this is real determination here coming through. A real undercurrent of, you know, I will not be damned, I'm doing it. And I don't care what it costs me, I'm doing it. It's really flinging the balls against the wall and hoping something sticks. And you're going to keep banging it against the wall until it does. You're not going to give up on that fact. So this is a real determination and a real force of, you know, sacrifice in some ways, because you really are going to do everything it takes to obtain this. Then we have Eight of Swords reversed. So that, my balls are in the way. My ball. Yeah, that's funny. Now, Eight of Swords reversed. So this is really talking about hard work, treachery in the past, difficulty, depression, disquiet, accident, or possible fatality. So Eight of Swords is really saying that there's been a depressional stage. There's been a lot of depression and feeling sort of bounded by something. Now, this is also a feeling of leaving something that could have not been for your highest good, or something that was quite treacherous, something that imprisoned you kind of in mental thought or made you feel boxed in. So this is something that would be leaving you. This is also about really going into a disquiet type energy as well, really pulling back, really analyzing, being analytical, really thinking it through. Swords are thoughts. So this is real mental anguish here, and feeling like you're leaving an entrapped prison within one's mind. So, you know, this can be overthinking, this can be, and just as I said that, the Nine of Swords came out, which is the card of overthinking and all being up in your head, and yeah, very air energy. So when this is reversed, again, this is suspicion. This is all about slanderous gossip, shame, scruple, shady character, and reasonable fear. So you really are having a real issue with thought, and it's really sort of going around and around in your head. And you're putting yourself through an anguish state because of it, because you can't seem to get the solution, yet you keep going over it in your mind. So it's having a lot of fear, it's having a lot of anxiety, it's feeling very disjointed from mind and body. But this could also, as I said, it can also be gossip and people, you know, gossiping or slanderizing you. So, you know, really being pinned against the post due to other people's standards and or slander. So coming through October, I can see that you're really going, by mid-October there is a much mental anguish here, and you're really starting to get pretty stressed out by it. And it's putting you in a position of just not feeling all that great, and not having any, not motivation, that's not the right word, but not having any want or any joy to want to do it, kind of thing. You're starting to lose the love for it now. So let's see what else. Queen of Swords reversed. Another sword card, all air energy. So Queen of Swords reversed is narrow-mindedness, maliciousness, bigotry and deceitfulness, vengefulness. She's a real bitch of an energy. When the Queen of Swords is reversed, she's a real nasty one. When she's in an upright, she's quite a lovely sort. But when you turn her around, she turns completely on her head and becomes a real spiteful cow. So basically, this is vengefulness, prudishness, a treacherous enemy, and an ill-tempered person. So a person that's really quick to set their fuse off, quite volatile, can be a little extremist, a little bit psychotic kind of energy, like a little bit psycho kind of, whoa, don't mess with her. Very, very, very narrow-minded, extremely narrow-minded, and extremely malicious. Like, I cannot stress that enough. This is a narrow-minded, malicious type energy coming through. And she don't play games. She is, you know, what she says becomes law, and it becomes concrete. So if you have someone like that aiming that sort of energy towards you, yeah, you're going to need to be very much prepared for that, because that's going to be quite an onslaught. It's not going to be a timid fight. So Page of Cups. That's a bit more uplifting. Page is freshening energy, Cups love, 2 of Wands reversed, 9 of Pentacles, and the Fool. So, Page of Cups. So, he is a fresh individual, not a mature energy, more of a young energy. Lots of idealisms, not much experience. Very much loves love though. So, possible love interest coming through at the end of October. So, someone that's a little bit, not immature, but very idealistic and not necessarily experienced. So I guess, yeah, I guess you could call that a slightly immature energy. But yeah, he's very studious, he's reflective, he's very loyal and willing to offer services and to give you a specific goal or help you through something. And he's a trustworthy individual, a trustworthy worker, and a trustworthy friend. 2 of Wands reversed. So this is saying that, you know, there's sadness and trouble here. There's restraint caused by others. There could be a loss of faith, but also something that can come through that will surprise. Then we move on to 9 of Pentacles. So this is actually feeling like you have material satisfaction. Feeling like where you are right now is good enough. Not really feeling like you need for anything else. Feeling satisfied, walking through the garden with the birdie on her arm, and just being happy and content with that. So accomplishment, disconcernment, discretion, foresight, prudence, material well-being, and love of nature. So really getting back to ground roots here at the end of October, really finding the root of what it is to be you, and to find solace in that. That, yeah, you may have made some bad decisions, may have, you know, had to deal with some badass Queen of Swords reverse fucked up energy. But at the end of the day, at the end of October actually, you know, you are who you are, and you're okay with that. And that's the main thing. And leaving October at the very end, we have the Fool energy. And I think that is really beautiful, because that's saying full circle. That you're going to leave October in a fresh, new mindset, a 0. Which means you're not going to take on any of this crap that you've gone through and all this bad stuff. And you're going to move forward with folly and naiveness. You're going to not let all that taint you or brush you with that badness and that sourness. You're just going to move forward with an idealism of a child. You know, no preconception, no pre-notion, just out to experience and to enjoy. So it's a very weird month for you, I'm going to say. There's a whole lot of crap going on in there. But with that 9 of Pentacles and Fool at the end, it does come full circle, and you will be happy within yourself. And as you leave October, you'll be very blissful, and you'll just be happy that you can move forward, and you can choose to move forward without any of that additional baggage that you brought into October with. So that's actually really lovely. It was a little bit funky in the middle, but I think it actually came full circle for you, Aquarius, and that you're going to leave October a lot better than what you entered it in. So that will be the tarot part of it, and now we'll get into the oracle side of it in a moment. Okay, Aquarius, so now we're going to move into oracle cards. So first cards we're going to do are dream cards for inspirational message for October. I love these cards. They're so pretty. All the time. Aquarius. Okay, so let's see what we have. We have dedicated, which reads, I move towards my ideals with absolute devotion. Dedicated. And then we also had come out, oh God, altruistic. So I'm genuinely concerned for the welfare and growth of others. I feel their strengths. Altruistic. Okay, so now let's get angel messages.
It's got some chocolate.
Oh, nice, good.
Caramel. There you go.
Oh, thank you. Ooh. My son brings me caramel chocolate. I love him forever.
Try to share some.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, now that Reggie is full caramello koala, caramello chocolate. Oh, feel good. Nothing like a chocolate during a reading, I tell you. It's good. Oh, yum.
What are you doing, little buddy?
So, 35. Angel of meditation. Very nice. Meditation is very important. We all must meditate, especially when eating chocolate. Red Ski approved, you know what I mean? You have received this card because your angel of meditation wants you to know the time out to reconnect to her today through meditation. Your life may be so busy that you forget to take the time to still your mind and reflect on the journey in your life. The angel of meditation wants you to slow down and reconnect with your spirit today. Affirmation, I accept the guidance from my angel of meditation to help me to access divine knowledge and witness life's changes with clarity via meditation. So meditation is very, very important. Brings you into alignment. So whenever you feel like things are getting a little bit crazy out there, which October is got some real connotations of having some crazy up in there with that Queen of Swords reversed energy, meditation is very much prevalent for you, I think, so you don't lose your head. Romance. Let's see what's coming in for the romance. Because the kids. So we have separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So maybe you may need to exile from partner for a small period of time to just be able to get some clarity, or you may be separating from this individual permanently. So there could be separation here. This could also mean not necessarily in love. It could be a separation from family as well. Separation can mean many different factors. Friends, family, anyone that's close to you or that you hold to importance. So now we will check out angel spirit. No, we will do animal spirit. So many A's, only one mouth. So let's see, Aquarius for October. What animal is going to help you and guide you through October? All right, we had two come out. We had the honeybee, which is let compassion and forgiveness be your top priority in this situation. The honeybee. But we also had the platypus. Stop complaining and focus your attention on the blessings in your life. So we'll go check these meanings out for you. Okay, so honeybee. To reap all the sweetness that life has to offer, focus on compassion and forgiveness. Compassion means that you have heartfelt empathy for the suffering and misfortune of others, yet remain somewhat detached so that you don't take on their sorrow and distress as your own. Forgiveness requires that you first acknowledge and accept responsibility for your judgments rather than pretending they don't exist or professing to always sustain a non-judgmental attitude. The next step is to release those judgments. To do so, think of someone past or present with whom you have judgments or criticisms. Trust that the first person that comes to mind is the appropriate one to start with. Consider 2 or 3 specific criticisms that you have about this individual. Preferably capture with one word such as selfish or cold. Find a quiet place, go inside yourself and look for the part of you that's exactly like what you're judging in that other person. It may be a very prominent part of yourself, or rather a small aspect. You may identify it by recalling times when you behaved in ways that resembled what you're criticizing. Once you discover that part of you, simply say to it, I love you and forgive you. If necessary, repeat this 2 or 3 times and notice any emotions that come up. In the coming days, be aware of any feelings that arise that may be associated with this experience. Practice this at least once daily for the next few days and watch what happens. Associations: productivity, communication, cooperativeness, sweetness, love, compassion, forgiveness, rhythm, awakening, nature, poetry, mother, goddess, royalty, and nutrition. And the platypus. Now, the platypus reads as follows. Platypus. So complaining about this or that it... Sorry, I just lost my place. My son's a weirdo. Complaining about this or that is a way to blow off steam, which can be healthy to a degree, but ultimately it isn't very helpful. No matter what your present life circumstances are, face the day head on and notice which thoughts you tend to put most of your attention on. Whatever the nature of those thoughts, the consequences manifest not only in your feelings but eventually in the world around you. Power flows wherever your intention goes. Power is life force or spirit. When your attention is focused on negative thoughts, negative experiences result. So whenever you notice yourself repeatedly attending to negative thoughts, practice shifting your attention to thoughts of gratitude. Consider the blessings in your life. What are the things that you are happy for? You may find a discrepancy between what makes you happy and what you are doing in your life right now. If that's the case, choose to alter one or the other. Either change your life and start doing what makes you happy, or change your thinking to enjoy whatever is happening at the moment. It's truly up to you. So sensitivity, grounded, clairsentency, inquisitiveness, uniqueness, adaptability, flexibility, shyness, grooming, stability, inner sight, and sense of humour. Remember, that's actually a good one. Sense of humour, because you must not lose humour throughout all this crazy shit, which is easy to do. Okay, ruin time. Let's see what little stony we've got for you. Oh, it's a big F. Maybe you want to say a big something to someone. Or maybe that's just Redsky, thinking that she wants to. Anywho, October's going to be an interesting reading. And what do you know? The big F means honesty. What do you know? The divine does make me laugh sometimes. So, the sacred hand mirror of truth now lies in front of you. Pick it up in silence and without fear. Look into the present situation. Ask if you are being honest first with yourself and then with others. To be honest with oneself is where all healing begins. If you are only now learning the simplicity that is born of true honesty, take a moment to remember the very first time you admitted to yourself or to another the depths of truth of your true feelings. Be grateful for the relief you felt and the wisdom you gained by lying down the burden you have carried for so long. For some, drawing this ruin is a sign that the days of hiding from oneself and from others are now over. If, however, those days are still upon you, meditate on Shakespeare's poignant words, "This above all, to thine own self be true." Honesty opens locked doors and cupboards within the heart. Being honest is the one way of relieving the pain. If you find that speaking the truth is still too difficult, perhaps the very reason you received this ruin is to remind you to ask God for courage to try to do it again. Consider, if you will, honesty's position on the circle of the ruins, between boundaries and serenity. The oracle is saying, lies the frontier of honesty. Once you reach this place, life is easier, for it takes less effort to be honest than dishonest. When you deal honestly with life, your body and your heart will create boundaries for you, boundaries that support you while you step to make this change, and step by step, serenity will come, an even greater part of your life. Receiving this ruin, you are reminded that there is less of everything, less hope, less trust, less faith, less to life itself without rigorous honesty. The moment has come, this ruin is saying, to make a searching and fearless moral inventory of your feelings, your ways of thinking and your actions, and to remember that when honesty goes, it takes serenity with it. For the seed of the courage to heal can only grow in honest soil. It has been said that among the attributes of well-nourished self are the abilities and willingness to nourish others. Honesty nourishes the soul even as it fosters healing. As the years go by and the course of our lives change, it is the ability to be honest and ourselves that provide us with the opportunity to teach the next generation that there is both honor and power in speaking the truth. Very powerful, poignant stuff. So, with no further ado, that is now your October reading, Aquarius. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Redsky's a little tired, needs a bit of a coffee, but that's all good. So, from Redsky and the Divine, happy October, and don't forget, happy Halloween!